Welcome to the Abundance Effect, where we empower ambitious women with practical tools to live their most rich and fulfilling life in business and beyond. I'm your host, Larisa Makuch. Let's get started.
The difference between people who live abundantly and who don't, it's not talent, it's not timing or luck, it's ownership. It's the moment you stop negotiating with all your excuses and start leading yourself forward with messy hair, a sniffly nose, and everything. Today is going to get fun and we are going to get real. I want to ask you something. What is the story you tell yourself right before you don't do the thing that you said you would do? You know, the one where you're like, I'm too tired. I'm going to start when the timing's better. Maybe I need to do a little bit more research. Or my personal favorite, one I use today, I'll do it when my hair looks better. And I'm going to come back to that one later. I promise you. But the truth is, we all make excuses and we're usually so good at dressing them up as logic that we actually start believing them. But here's the problem. Excuses never get us to our results. I'm going to say that again. Excuses never get us to our results. Excuses don't get me to my results. Excuses don't get you to your results. You might even want to write that down because it's a simple sounding thing, but it is so profound. I promise you this will change your life. These excuses might make you feel better in the moment, but they're going to slowly chip away at your confidence. They're going to chip away at your consistency, and ultimately they're going to chip away at your dreams. Now, at the time of recording this episode, I have a cold. I'm congested. I've been coughing on and off all day, and honestly, I am not at my best. I'm tired. I would rather be in bed. And this would have been a perfect reason not to record. However, I made a promise, and it took me everything to get on here and do this. And now that I'm doing it, I'm thrilled. But I know how easy it is to justify comfort over commitment. And I've done this before where I've tried to make excuses and they don't make you feel better later. Today, even more than the cold that I have, the excuse that I used to almost not do this was my hair is just not doing. You see this little flip? I mean, this is not a big deal, but this little flip on my hair, if you're watching on video, I have a little flip in my hair that almost got me to not record. It just wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. So ridiculous. But I'm not going to do it tomorrow. I don't want to do it tomorrow when I look or feel more polished. It sounds ridiculous, right? But that's how subtle excuses can be. And they whisper things like, it's just not the right time. You're not ready. It's not perfect yet. But suddenly you're standing in the same place 6 months, a year, or even 2 years later. So case in point, 2 years ago, just before my birthday, I decided that it was a great idea to launch a podcast. I took the time to prep and work and plan everything out. The idea was strong. The intention was clear. I was so fired up, but I was just doing it to get it done. I hadn't thought through all of the things, and I realized there were things I actually needed to spend a little more time on. I decided to pull the plug and do it again when we were ready. Timing didn't happen. Life got in the way. The dog didn't eat my homework because I don't have one, but if I had one, I would have used that excuse. And life did not calm down. We had a lot of family challenges. We had a lot of personal things that we were going through at home, and life didn't slow down. We decided that this year it was time to relaunch again. And I realized that it was something that I knew I wanted to do and I was going to make it happen no matter what. No more putting it off and no more procrastination, no more procrastinating my life away on this podcast. But you know what? We're here, we're doing it, we are launching. What I realized, I think this is really powerful, is that the difference between people who live abundantly and who don't, it's not talent, it's not timing or luck, it's ownership. It's the moment you stop negotiating with all your excuses and start leading yourself forward with messy hair, a sniffly nose, and everything. Honestly, this is one of the reasons I wrote my book, Stop Procrastinating Your Life Away, because I saw myself and so many other women slipping into these silly, well-dressed excuses that were literally putting their dreams and desires on hold. And we need to stop that. We need to get out there in the world, share our magic, and do it in a purposeful way that is aligned. So let's talk about excuses. An excuse is a story that gives you permission to stay the same. Get goosebumps hearing that, okay? An excuse is a story that gives you permission to stay the same. Sometimes that story is fear disguised as logic. Sometimes it is self-doubt wrapped up in productivity. Sometimes it's just plain old comfort whispering, you've done enough. It's okay. Go ahead, take a break, when really it's not. Here's what I've learned after so many years of coaching high-performing women. The most dangerous excuses are the ones that sound reasonable. I'm just waiting for the kids to get a little older. I'll invest in myself once the next deal closes. I'll take time off when things slow down. But you know what? They never do. And every time you give your excuse power, you reinforce the identity of someone who doesn't follow through. So what do you do instead? Well, first, you've got to get honest and be brutally honest. Tell the truth about what's really going on. Not the story that sounds good, but the one that stings a little. It might make you feel like throwing up. I often, when I get really real with myself, it doesn't feel good. It's uncomfortable. Sometimes you get embarrassed. I get a feeling in my gut that just makes me want to throw up, because awareness without ownership is just observation. So you got to get brutally honest and just tell the truth. This isn't about blame. This isn't about going, oh, I'm so terrible. No. Get over it, but just tell the truth. What is the scenario? Second, you've got to catch yourself in the act. When you hear that little voice giving you an out, you've got to hit the pause button and acknowledge it and decide that you're going to do things differently. It's not always easy the first time, but the more you do it, the more natural, the more tolerable it becomes. You just gotta hit the stop button, even if you say it out loud. Stop! Not this time. It's kind of like when you're in a fire, you tell kids to stop, drop, and roll. When you're catching yourself in the act, it's kind of the same thing. Stop, drop, and roll. You've got to make something happen differently. Whatever you need to do to catch yourself, that's great. Sometimes I even ask my son or my husband or others around me to catch me and just interrupt me if I'm doing something super questionable. Just interrupt me if I say something that should not be coming out of my mouth. I've given them permission to do this because I don't want to be doing these things. I don't want to be saying these things. But when they hit the stop button, when they stop me in the act, I go, okay, not always pleasant, but it works. Third, you've got to act anyway, okay? You do not need a perfect plan. You need movement, because motion creates momentum, and momentum builds belief. So I'm going to say that again. Motion creates momentum, and momentum builds belief. So here's your challenge for the week. I want you to pay attention to your excuses. Just catch one of them, even if it's just one. Own it and decide to hit that stop button. Even if it's uncomfortable, it'll get easier, I promise you. But one small act of self-leadership can change absolutely everything. If you want to go deeper on yourself, deeper on your purpose, deeper on your future, grab yourself a free copy of my Stop Procrastinating Your Life Away book at stopprocrastinatingbook.com. It is going to help you understand exactly how to move past these patterns and start creating momentum that lasts from the inside out. So grab yourself a free copy of the Stop Procrastinating Your Life Away book at stopprocrastinating.com. And if today's episode spoke to you, go ahead, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who might need a little nudge to stop making excuses themselves and to start stepping into their power. I'm Larisa Makuch, and this is The Abundance Effect.
One last thing before you go. Don't let this be another good episode you agree with and do nothing about. Insight without action turns into frustration, and you deserve better than that. My book, Stop Procrastinating Your Life Away, is designed to help you take what you're feeling right now and turn it into movement. Not big, dramatic change, just honest, grounded progress. You can access the full book and bonus resources for free at stopprocrastinatingbook.com or in the show notes. Let this be your moment you follow through.